just froze up. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But hey, Mike, I just want to welcome you to www.arkansasshowcaseradio.com. And for you people out there that's been living under a rock, this is Mike, the bassist from the super group Hinder, and he's here to talk with you guys. Isn't that great?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, Mike, so how has COVID been treating you guys with the tours and everything like that?
Well, I'm actually locked up in a room in my house because I just got back off the road Sunday, and I quarantined myself for like 3 days and test a couple of times before I actually come down in the house. So yeah, I'm up here for another day or two, and then I get to rejoin the family.
So are you positive? Did you come out positive, or you just thought, what the hell? I'll just test myself?
No, I'm negative. I'm negative so far. When I got home on Sunday and I tested myself Monday and I was negative, and I wait about 2 more days and test again. And if I'm negative again, because I got 2 kids down there and I don't want to get them infected. Sure. I came back, we did a run in November and I came back with it. And so I had to be up here for like, I don't know, 12 or 13 days.
So how, you've been asked this a million times. How did you actually get started with Hinder?
Okay, so we're all from Oklahoma City-ish. And I had been in bands since I was like 14. And so I was playing around town with these different bands and stuff. And we had played a show with the original lineup of Hinder, my band and their band. And ironically enough, a bunch of my fans got in a fight with a bunch of their fans, and it was a big brawl, and we were both playing the show. So it's kind of an ironic deal, but and then we went our separate ways, and we kept playing in our own bands or whatever. And I don't know, one day I just got a call from Cody, and he was like, hey man, our bass player quit. We remember you from, I was in a band called Knuckle White, and he was like, remember you from this band. Would you be open to playing a showcase for some labels with us? And, I'm waiting tables and playing music when I can.
Where was you waiting tables at?
It was a place called Cattleman's. It's a steakhouse. I was bartending at that time, but, waiting tables, bartending, same thing. You're just, counting the days, really. So, the minute they said label show, I was like, absolutely, send me the music, I'll learn it, and we'll do this. And, I did that. We did a couple of shows. Before you know it, we're flying to New York, and we signed a deal with Universal. So it was a pretty quick process from the time that I got in the band to, when we were signed and going up to Canada to make a record.
Now, because you guys had a lot of success. When was it when you said, hey, damn, I'm a rock star right now?
Well, none of us really feel like that to this day. And we always think it's kind of weird that people make a big deal to meet us and we're talking to them or whatever, because we're just dudes, it's just like when I was waiting tables, I'm the same person. But anyways, we were touring with Theory of a Dead Man. That was our first run in 2005. And we're in an RV that we bought, this old crappy one that we converted to have bunks in the back. And, our crew's driving all night, and then they're working and everybody's getting drunk. And, one guy has to stay sober to drive. But anyway, so we do that tour. We're making $100 a show, which is nothing. And then because our manager used to run front of house for Nickelback, they pulled us on one of their shows, First to Four. So we're playing as people are still coming in the arena. And our music's starting to do a little bit on radio, and we're starting to get this feeling like, something might happen. And then Lips of an Angel hits the radio, and all of a sudden we're selling more records than everyone on the tour combined. And, one night we're playing Lips of an Angel, and we're in an arena playing the Nickelback show. And I swear there was probably 20,000 people with their phones up with their lights. And we all just kind of were playing, and you could tell everybody was just like, what is this? And we're looking around like, you're almost tearing up because it's like, oh my God, I think we might have made it. And that was the first time I was really like, we might be doing this for a while.
Now, when you guys are touring, how much touring were you doing at the height of it?
Oh, I mean, we were gone 11 months out of the year, with a week here, we'd go home, a week there, a week here. So it was constant from like 2006 until, we started slowing down about 2012.
Now, we talked with Joe Walsh, and how he destroyed hotel rooms, throwing TVs out the windows. Did you guys do that?
No, we never got.
That's how when you're a superstar, you got those TVs out the window.
Well, it's not the 70s and 80s anymore. You can't get away with that. You do something like that, they don't care who you are. They're going to throw you in jail, and then your whole tour got. We were crazy, but for the most part, we were pretty respectful. Where we were, we might have came across as, dumbasses, but, drunk and all that. But, we didn't really ever get into like destroying rooms or, clubs or anything like that.
Now, since you mentioned this, now, when you got stuff, when you're partying and everything, it's really the old rock and roll, drugs, sex, and rock and roll. How did that affect the band?
When we got our manager, and whenever we were about to go and sign the deal, we drafted up a band agreement. And in it, I had a bunch of this and that, but the one thing that was really solid was if anybody gets into like hardcore drugs and it starts to affect our band, they're gone. Like no questions asked, like you're out.
Oh, wow.
So we all knew that. And, we drank more than any band we ever toured with. We were drinking 4 2-liter bottles of vodka, 4 liters of Jaeger, and 3 cases of beer every single night. And
before the show or after the show?
What was that?
Before the show or after the show?
All day. Wake up, you make a drink. And, some of our shows, they proved that. A few of them were really rough. But there wasn't ever any like cocaine or heroin or anything like that. You smoke a little pot, you drink a whole bunch, but that was it. So we kept our heads on straight for the most part.
Now, unfortunately, you're Austin. Now, he had a situation where he had to leave the band.
Yeah.
How did that affect you guys?
Well, the thing about it is that it had been affecting us for years before that, because it wasn't just like one day, at that point he had left to go fix himself a few times. And, we tried to accommodate whatever changes needed to be made so that he wouldn't fall into the same habits.
Right.
But, it just kept happening. And, once tours started being canceled and day of shows, it wasn't going to happen. I guess we just hit the end of our rope, and we were like, that's it. And we were like, we don't care if we ever play again, but we're not going to play like this. And, so for a while we didn't do anything. And, then we're like, let's, people still want to see us play. So let's try to find somebody that can mesh with us well and translate the music okay, and see if we still have fun with it. And we did.
Now when you're talking about canceling shows, do you guys have to pay a penalty or anything like when you cancel a show?
I don't really know. I think it depends on the contract of the show, because you get a deposit before the show, but if we cancel the show, I would assume we have to pay that back, and all those shows after that, if you cancel those, you just don't get any money for them. So, it hit our wallets too.
Now, when you did get a new, who's your lead singer now?
Marshall Dutton.
How do people react to that? Did they really accept him when he plays, Lips of the Angel and all that stuff?
They do now. People still, write stuff online and all that stuff. Like, you guys aren't Hinder without so-and-so. And, we're just like, it's been almost 9 years. Like, get over it. It's not happening. It's not going to go back. It's like, just get over it. And, the people that come to the shows, they have a good time. It's not like, remember that movie Rockstar with Marky Mark?
Right.
Whenever he took over for the original guy, and they're like holding up signs saying all that. None of that ever happened. It was just online chatter. And, if somebody ever came up and said something to us, we let them have it, but because we were sick of hearing about it.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, bring him back, bring him back.
So how many concerts you got planned for this year?
Well, we did oh wow, it's a new year. Okay. I was thinking it was still 2021.
Nothing gets by you, boy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on top of it. So we just did a little 3-show run. We had a show cancel in 2020 from COVID, and then it canceled again because that hurricane came through Alabama and messed up the place. So we went and redid that show, made it up, and then put a couple with it so we weren't just going playing one show and come home. And then we're going back out next week for like 5 shows in the Northwest. And after that, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure they're booking something and working on something, but they haven't sent, we have a bunch of, we've probably got like 20 shows that are booked sporadically through the year, but they're going to put shows with those to make it a run.
Now, when you said you started playing when you was like 14, you was in bands when you was like 14.
Yeah.
Now, after you did reach success, was it everything you thought it would be?
I think it was and more. Like
Really?
I didn't know exactly what would come with what I thought playing music for a living would be. But once we got out there and we were actually doing well and people knew our band, it was out of control. Like I can't even describe it.
Because I met you guys at Magic Springs a few years back, and that's when Austin was still with you guys. And I mean, you guys put on a great concert. It was real nice when I went backstage and talked with you guys. But now, if you could have changed anything in the your time with Hinder, what would be the one thing you would have done?
Well, I don't want to say anything.
These tough questions I throw out here, I tell you.
Well, I don't want to say anything bad, so I'm trying to do this out because I'm kind of known in the band as the guy that says something immediately and it's bad, and the guy hits at me all the time. So I'm kind of the asshole of the band, and as far as that goes. But I think I would have been a little bit smarter with the drinking, I guess, because we did so much, and our focus everywhere we went, whether it was a day off or it was a show, was where's the booze at? Like, where are we going to get booze? So, traveling around the world, I don't even remember going anywhere. And I've been to Europe, been to Africa, Asia, and I don't remember any of it because I was hammered the whole time.
How about now?
Now I don't even really drink that much. So, I think it was in 2015. I was flying home from Oklahoma City after we played the OKC Thunder's halftime show. And I got hammered that night. And then I woke up and just kept going. And I ended up getting arrested in the airport in Dallas and thrown in jail. And I was like, and at that point I was with my wife and, she had a daughter. We hadn't had our other one yet, but I was like, okay, I'd never been to jail. And once I was like, I really don't want to go back. So I think I'm going to try to fix this a little bit. And then I didn't drink for like 8 months. And then, of course you ease back into it. Like, well, I'll just have a beer before this show. And, now I have 3, 4, 5 drinks a night.
Now, when you was in jail, was people asking for your autograph and selfies and stuff with you?
No.
Oh, Bubba wants an autograph over there.
No, it wasn't like what you see on TV when some band guy goes and everybody's kissing his ass and and all that. I was sitting in a big concrete room with a bunch of crazy people, and evidently they tased me in the airport. I don't know what I did because I was blacked out, and I ended up pissing my pants. So I was in jail, sitting in this room with all these guys. Never been to jail before, so I'm freaked out. I got pissy pants on, and I'm like staying up all night because I know, my thoughts are somebody's going to come over here and shank me or something, and
or start passing you around.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, pretty boy, I got cigarettes.
Yeah, you got a pretty mouth or something, you know. I was just like, I was freaked out. It wasn't as bad as I thought going in, but I never want to go there again, ever, ever. So I try to mind my P's and Q's now. And, you know, I'm older. I have a 4-year-old, you know, and a 13-year-old. And, you know, I can't be doing that stuff. I'm 43 years old. I'm grown up. I did my time.
Now, does a 13-year-old know that you're a rock star?
Oh, she knows that, you know, the music's on the radio, and, you know, obviously she has access to the internet, and they've been to shows before. So, yeah, I mean, she sees the shows, and she knows what I do. I don't think she knows how big it was before she was born. Well, I guess she was born when it was going wild. But yeah, she knows what I do, and our 4-year-old does too, but she doesn't understand. Yeah.
I mean, when they get older, how are you going to explain getting tased and pissing your pants in a jail cell?
Well,
hey kids, gather around the table.
Like, hey, absolutely wild. You know, I'll just be like, you know, at least I'll have some life lessons. I can tell them what not to do, and they'll believe me because it's on the internet. They can read all about it.
So if people want to get to find out what you got going, you know, besides going to jail and stuff, what's the best way they can contact or find out, like, your concert schedule, getting tickets and all that?
It's all of our social media and website. Sometimes it's a little behind, you know, as far as like links to buy tickets and stuff, but the information 95% of the time is on there. It's Hinder Music, and that's on everything, all socials and our website.
So when you're not doing music and you're not going to jail and you're not quarantined, what is life like with Mike?
Man, you know what? I got a job in 2016 because we weren't touring as much, and I felt like a bum laying in bed when my wife went to work, and I was just laying in bed all day. So I went and got a job in a warehouse at this tile place just to have something to do while I'm home. And they let me leave whenever I wanted to go play. I did that for a while. And then now I just work with her because her business has gotten really big. And I help her out when I'm at home, or, I don't know, do stuff around the house, build stuff, whatever. Not really much.
What do you build there, Mike?
I built some furniture for her. We're building we call it the tea house in the backyard. It's this, I don't know, 120 square foot house for the girls to play in and stuff like that. Just stuff around the house.
And are you recording any new music or anything?
We are. And people have been asking us this for a while because the last thing we did was in 2017, and we just kind of took a bit of a hiatus on new music. Just try to figure out what we want to do, what direction, and all that. And within the last 6 months, Cody's really gotten inspired and started writing some new music. And you know, we're working on that. We got a deal going with a buddy of ours and a big producer that we're working on. And you know, something should be coming pretty quick.
Are you with a record label now?
No. Our first 4 records with Universal, and then we did a couple of small labels on the next 2. And this one, we're doing it ourselves, you know, hopefully with this producer, and there's going to be no label, not really a major push to radio. We're just going to release music, let people hear it, have it, whatever, and then keep touring.
That's cool. Are you coming to Arkansas? Because that's where we're at. We're in Little Rock.
I don't think there's one on the books right now, but you know, I know. Yeah, well, our booking agent doesn't listen to us very much. We tell him we don't want to play here, we don't want to play there. But, you know, he does what's best for us, and, you know, we appreciate it. He's a good dude. But
now, if you ever come to Arkansas, you got to look us up, because we'll take you out some of the best barbecue in the state. Probably take you to the Mean Pig.
Yeah,
that was really. That was really a drunken fat girl at one of your concerts that called me Mean Pig. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just hook us up and we'll take care of you if you ever come to Arkansas.
We will, absolutely. I don't know when that's going to be, but hopefully it's pretty soon. I see you're a Chiefs fan.
I am. I had to wait 50 years for them to win a Super Bowl. I was alive when they won their first one, and it took me a long time. So I don't care if they win anymore because I've already got my dream.
Yeah. Well, you had it kind of rough. I'm a Bengals fan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
They never won it. Lost both times they went, and they just won their first playoff game in 31 years. So I was pretty stoked about that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they'll blow it.
Yeah. Well, Chiefs blew it every year. It's always next year. And like 50 years rolled by, and I'm like, holy crap. We finally got Mahomes. So everything's working out pretty good.
Yeah, he's an animal.
But anyway, Mike, I'm going to let you go. So you can go back to you can crash out there or go out in the back and start building that tea house.
That's right.
Okay, Mike, you take care, Mr. Man. It's a great pleasure having you on and hearing about your prison stories.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Okay, you take care, Mr. Man. Bye-bye.
All right, later.
Okay. Okay, that was Mike Roden, bassist from the band Hinder. That was always one of my favorite bands. Lips of an Angel, that was a great song. And he told all these in-depth stories, man, about their drunkenness and everything like that. It was great. He was really open about it. But anyway, this is just one of the stories that we have here on www.arkansasshowcaseradio.com show with the celebrity interviews. So stay tuned. We have some more interviews popping up. And we'll be right back with you with another great interview coming up. So take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe.